Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. I am Fatima from Mansiha Public School and College Mansiha, and today Dr. Najwa Zahoor is with us for interview. Assalamu alaikum. Before starting our proper interview, please give us your introduction.
Walaikum Salam. Thank you so much, Fatma, for inviting me on this podcast. I am Dr. Najwa Zahoor and I am working as a consultant radiologist in Ayub Medical Complex.
Okay. Can you share your journey with us from being a student at Mansiha Public School and College to become a radiologist?
I did my metric from Garden Public School, Mansehra, and then I did my FEC from Mansiha Public School and College, Mansehra. Then I did MBBS from Ayub Medical College, Ahmedabad, and did my post-graduation from Military Hospital, Rawalpindi.
Okay. Could you tell us about some challenges that you faced studying, especially with your mother's illness?
I faced so many challenges in my early life, and starting from class 9, I can tell you, when I had my board exam, my mother was critically ill and she was admitted in hospital. And it was my first exam in life that I was giving without seeing my mother. And one day before my exam, my Tayami, she died, and there were so many people in home. And as I live in joint family, as my mother was not in home, and there were also sudden deaths in family, but still I managed to study at that time, and I topped my school in class 9, and then I topped my school in class 10 as well. And then I got admission in Mansiha Public School and College, and during first year of my FEC pre-medical, my mother died. And it was very tough time for me because it was actually my mother's dream and she wanted me to become a doctor, and losing her was a very big a challenging time for me. But at that time I thought I will never be able to study again and I will never be able to pick up my books again. But then my father, my whole family, especially my father, and he supported me and he said to me that you have just lost your mother and I am still alive and you have to become a doctor for me. And also my sisters, they supported me, especially my elder sister. She was continuous support for me, and somehow I managed studying at that time. And then I topped my college in first year. At that time, our former principal at MPS, Ma'am Taira, she also was a big support for me, and she motivated me to get position in board. And during my second year I worked hard to get position, and but 10 days before my exams, another tragic incident happened in my family. Two of my cousins who died at the same day, and they had funeral at our place, so there were a lot of the people in our house. Again, it was a very tough time for me to study, but I worked hard in that time, and not only I topped my college in FSC, but I also got 17th position in Ahmedabad board. Then I had to appear in ETA exam for my MBBS, and I just had 2 months for preparation. A lot of students, they ask from me that how many times I studied for my in academy. I joined academy just for 1 month, and it was in Ahmedabad, and it was like 2 hours travel from my home. But so I joined it just for 1 month, but I studied hard, and I did my ETA. I cleared my ETA exam, and then I got admission in Ayub Medical College, Ahmedabad. And then my life in Ayub Medical College was again so tough, and I faced so many personal issues. I cannot discuss all of them here, but it was very tough time for me, and I did my house job, and I didn't stop at that place. I had to do FCPS, and so I cleared my FCPS 1 exam, and I joined a military hospital, Rawalpindi, for my FCPS training. I completed my training from there, and now I am consultant radiologist.
Finally, what advice would you give to students who are facing similar challenges while pursuing their education?
Everyone goes through tough time in their life, You don't need to lose your focus. You just set your goals, and if you lose one person in your family, it doesn't mean that you stop studying, you quit everything. You have to live for the rest of the people in your family, and you have to achieve your goals. And first and foremost thing is to put your trust in Allah. If you work hard in every exam and every time, if you trust Allah, then He will definitely help you, and He never wastes your hard work.
What do you find most rewarding about being a radiologist?
Being a radiologist, most rewarding thing is when a patient comes to you for ultrasound or CT or MRI. So it is considered a basic test for a patient to diagnose some disease. So when you diagnose a patient correctly, and later on the referring doctor, he tells you that you have diagnosed it and that the patient is now healthy and he is fine. So it's a big reward for a radiologist, like for the patient's early diagnosis and its management.
Are there any misconceptions about radiology that you want to address?
There are misconceptions about radiology. People think that radiology is easy field, but it is not easy. You have a good theoretical knowledge to become a good radiologist, and you have to study a lot. Although I can say that it is less hectic and less practical field as compared to the rest of the specialties like gynae or surgery. But to become a good radiologist, you need to study. You have to give a lot of time to books, so that you can diagnose the patient correctly. And also, being a radiologist, you get referred patients from all of the other departments, like it's gynae, surgery, eye, ENT, every field, and they all rely on your report for the patient's management. So I think if someone thinks that radiology is easy, it's not easy.
What advice would you give to the medical aspiring students or those who are interested in the radiology?
I would advise them that you will have to study hard, not only in radiology but also in the rest of the fields. If you want to become a doctor, then you have to, it's like a continuous many years struggle. It's not a struggle of just 1 year or 1 month or 2 years. You have to study hard starting from class 9, and to become good. If anyone wants to join radiology, and it is less hectic field as compared to the rest of the fields, so you can join this field.
Okay. Lastly, could you share any words of wisdom that motivated you throughout your journey?
I would like to share one of my father's quote. He used to say me in all my hard times that मेहनत इतनी खामोशी से करो कि कामयाबी खुद शोर में जाए. So it was his continuous support that kept me motivated throughout my academic career in all these hard times, losing my mother and rest of the family members, a lot of the people. And I will also advise students that you should set your goals early in your life, remove all the negativities around you, and no matter what happens in your life, you should be focused, waste your time, and inshallah one day you will make your family proud.
Sure. Thank you so much for being with us and sharing your information with us and inspiring us. Thank you.